What's up, guys? Prinatious here, back with another reaction, and this time we head into the death battle round, where random battles go up against our favorite characters, whether it's in movies, animes, video games, whatever. And I'm going to be doing one where I'm sticking with Afro Samurai, and he's going up against Samurai Jack. Now, I don't really need to go in too much detail with Afro Samurai because I already did it in the Mugen vs. Afro Samurai live action from Team Red Productions. So if you haven't seen my reaction for that, go to my channel, go check it out. It's already there. I already enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to be checking out the episodes from that. And so I'll just move on to Samurai Jack. Now with Samurai Jack, I actually probably saw him more than Afro Samurai and Samurai Champloo because it was the first. So I remember watching Cartoon Network, I remember it debuting, and I was watching it, I was hooked, I enjoyed it. I watched the series. I don't think I watched every single episode, but I watched majority of, I'll say Afro Samurai, of Samurai Jack on Cartoon Network. And it was one of those shows that I really enjoyed that was also combined with the cartoon shows around the time before they ended up kind of axing those shows years later. And that last season of Samurai Jack, man, like, it was really good. And I think it got good ratings when it did come back for that final season because people were anticipating it and they wanted to see how Jack's story was going to end when he finally gets his hands on Aku and return back to the past. And so I definitely want to see how this battle between Afro Samurai and Samurai Jack goes. So, without further ado, let's get into the death battle. Now, before I actually get started with this video, if you actually want to find where this video is at, I actually got the link in the description. It's in the description box. It'll save you enough time so you don't have to go search for it. I know you guys can search for the videos, but I'm going to try to help you guys out. I got you guys back. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description for all your good pleasure to watch. And so, let's get to the video.
This episode is brought to you by Honey, the free shopping tool that automatically finds the best promo codes on the web so you get the best prices for everything you buy online.
Because we use it all the time.
I'm using it right now. Look, I just saved $5 on pizza.
There's no reason not to add Honey to your browser today. It's free, just takes 2 clicks to install, and will save you money.
Click the link below to add Honey to your browser for free.
Or go to joinhoney.com/battle. That's joinhoney.com/battle.
Is that actually still available for me to do? I actually want to know that.
Among the soldiers of history, the samurai is one of the most prestigious and dangerous.
So let's pit 2 of the best of them in a fight to
the live action
Samurai Jack, the warrior prince lost in time.
And Afro Samurai, who's one cold-blooded mother effer. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Long ago, in a distant land, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil.
But a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose me. I mean him.
And that nameless samurai became known as Jack.
Jack was out.
Jack.
Yo, Jack was
Jack.
Doesn't really strike fear into your enemies.
Young Jack was the son of a Japanese emperor who had imprisoned Aku years before. However, upon Aku's return, the emperor and his army were quickly defeated. The last of all hope remained in the hands of his son.
Oh, look how small he is! Well, to prep for beating the snot out of Aku, little Jack traveled the world, training with the best of the best.
Most notably, he learned horseback riding from a sheikh, staff fighting in Africa, wrestling from gladiators, axe throwing from a Russian boyar, mounted combat from the Mongols, martial arts from Shaolin monks, and
archery from freaking Robin Hood! You know, everyone's favorite talking fox. Ooh, the lolly.
Wrong Robin Hood.
That's your opinion.
Yeah,
Jack's progress was exceptional. At just 8 years old, he defended a whole village from a band of marauders.
All before he could even legally drink the good stuff. 17 years later, he was ready for the final boss. He just needed one more thing. His pajamas.
No, his katana.
Katana, pajama, tomato, Alfredo. It's all the same. But before Jack could put his training to good use, Aku pulled a bitch move and zapped him hundreds of years into the future.
What a waste. Just like when you spend 4 sleepless years struggling through college and then find out too late that nobody cares about your English major.
I thought you graduated from the School of Evil Science or something.
Well, you still have to pick a major.
Should have chose a more practical one, Wiz, like mine. Anyway, even though he was trapped in the future, Jack stuck to his mission to get back to the past and take down Aku. And he had the right weapon for the job.
See, Aku cannot be harmed by conventional means. Thus, a special blade was forged by gods from Norse, Egyptian, and Hindu pantheons. This mystic sword is nearly unbreakable and absolutely incorruptible.
And boy, is Jack's katana an extremely effective weapon.
It can absorb and redirect energy, including fire,
Indestructible
vaporize beings of
and
evil,
unbreakable.
and slice through
I gotta
nearly any
remember that.
substance,
We
even
have to remember
adamantium.
that.
The Wolverine super metal? Why is that there?
Probably just coincidental naming, but it is shown to be stronger than steel.
Of course it is. So the sword's pretty awesome, but so is Jack. He's strong enough to push over this giant pillar, tough enough to survive a fall from orbit, and fast enough to defeat 6 bounty hunters in the time it took for 1 drop of water to hit the ground. By timing the drop, all this had to have taken place in about 1/3 of a second. He's like a ninja samurai. Ninja Mirai.
Actually,
Ninja Mirai. Oh, man, I think I have to
forced
use
to
that.
dodge beams of sunlight. For this one in particular, it's clear Jack began dodging after the beam was fired. By examining both Jack and the beam's movement frame by frame, we've concluded his highest reaction speeds must be nearly 70% the speed of light.
Damn, that's
What the fuck is
fast.
this, fighting
What
games?
can he do? Next thing you'll tell me he has the power to fly or something.
Well, Jack can't fly, but he did learn how to
Jump good.
I actually
yes,
remember
that.
this episode.
By strapping a giant boulder on his back, which compared to his height we can determine to weigh 39 tons, Jack learned how to leap high enough to clear these trees.
Crouching tiger, hidden samurai. These trees are pretty big, and this jungle has a bunch of these ugly baboons running around. And if I were a betting man, which I am, I'd say that this is the African rainforest, where the average tree is about 130 feet tall. Tips on Jack from my basketball team. Guy's got hops.
We haven't even mentioned
That's
the
like
time
some
he
Dragon
survived
Ball shit
several
right there.
exploding missiles with his friend, the Scotsman.
Why does he look so familiar? Well, I like him.
With so much talent, it was only a matter of time until Jack found his way home and defeated Aku once and for all. But it took a lot longer than it probably should have. 50 years, in fact.
Yeah, good thing time travel makes you stop aging for some reason. But Jack's a good-hearted soul, like a Boy Scout who hasn't discovered Twitter yet.
He can be pretty gullible when it comes to more devious opponents. Also, he continues to prolong his lonely journey over and over, just because he frequently puts the needs of others before his own.
Yeah,
Still, the
it did
forces of
take
evil
a
should
super
watch
long
out
time.
for Samurai Jack.
Yeah, there's moments he could have fucking gone back, but then something ends up happening.
Who else wants some?
The stories that surround the 2 sacred headbands are as many as the men who died in their pursuit.
Like I said
What's
in
so
my
special
yesterday
about some
reaction,
strips
this
of
is actually a
head
cool
cloth?
concept.
Legend says they were created by the gods, or they can grant the wearer supernatural powers. But in truth, the headbands only bring pain and loss. Such was the case with Afro Samurai.
Wait, did his parents really call him Afro? Talk about setting big expectations.
Well, no, it's a nickname, but even if they did, have you seen his dad? I think they knew what to expect.
Damn, just look at it. Oh, and hey look, he's got the #1 headband.
Here's how this works. The person who wears the #1 headband is said to rule the world, and the only person who can challenge the #1 is whoever possesses the #2.
Yep.
In contrast, anybody can challenge the owner of the #2 for the right to wear that headband, and thus gain the right to challenge the #1.
So, like, you just work your way up so that only one guy in the world can challenge you? So where do I get one of these headbands? Then no one will mess with me.
Actually, the opposite would probably happen, which young Afro witnessed firsthand when some freak named Justice showed up with the #2 and killed his father right in front of him.
Why does this always happen? You know, I always thought parenting was the hardest
The
thing
Jesus
about
son
being a
is
dad,
named
but
Justice.
at this point, I think it's just actually staying alive if your kid's ever going to do anything great. Or just sticking around for them.
Despite knowing that he was effectively creating a future challenger, Justice left Afro alone to mourn his loss.
So, of course, Afro swore revenge and started learning swordsmanship under a swordmaster named Swordmaster. Who the hell is naming these people?
Through his swordmaster's training of sword mastery, Afro learned the traditional samurai fighting styles of Kenjutsu and Kendo.
Kenjutsu is all about how to kill an opponent as fast as possible, while Kendo is more about discipline and being zen and stuff. Naturally, Afro preferred the more kick-ass one.
Right, Swordmaster's goal was to refine Afro's body and mind, instilling upon him a sense of honor, or bushido. But that didn't quite mesh with Afro's thirst for vengeance.
So when he found out that Swordmaster had the number 2 headband all along, he knew what he had to do.
Yeah, he had to tell him, unfortunately.
And now he could take down the guy
kinda
who
sad,
killed his
actually.
dad.
Alongside his new friend, / burden, Ninja.
Oh, come the f*** on! Where did this guy come from?
Now, don't we look like shit? How you been, man?
Well, it's not entirely clear. He's there, but at the same time, not there. Ninja is believed to be the guardian of the number 2 headband, but all he ever really does is talk, and talk some more.
He
Yeah,
got
that's
arrows
it.
and grenades and shit. You ain't got no chance, dude.
It's also possible Ninja is simply a figment of Afro's mind, brought about by psychological stress.
You know, I have an imaginary friend.
Aren't you a little old for that?
Not for Al Gundy. He's a gun who also talks to me.
Al
He
Gundy.
tells me to do stuff.
Okay. Anyway, to be honest, calling Afro a samurai is a bit misleading. He's actually more akin to a ronin, a samurai with no master.
Yeah.
And so, with his swordsmanship perfected, Afro wandered the world searching for justice, carrying an arsenal fit for revenge.
Including his father's sword. This super long blade has lasted through decades of battle without much issue. Perfect for kicking some ass.
He also has a steel comb, which can be a surprisingly effective offensive and defensive tool.
And since he doesn't care about that honor BS, he's not afraid to play dirty by attacking with his sandals.
But while on the road to justice, Afro's number 2 headband attracted all manner of dangerous enemies. Luckily, he's more than capable of dealing with each and every one of them.
He's strong enough to cut other swords in half, throw his sheath through another guy's throat, and even tear off metal arms.
Pretty impressive, as many modern metals have tensile strength as high as 80,000
on a
pounds
comic
per
strip.
square inch.
Afro is fast enough to cut bullets out of thin air, and even a laser beam.
I should note that it's not a plasma-based beam. It bounces off reflective surfaces, doesn't explode
Yeah, I
on
remember
contact,
seeing that in
and
that
it's
episode.
literally labeled a laser. This means Afro blocked a beam that moved as fast as light, more than 670 million miles per hour.
Get this, that laser beam came from a robot version of Afro. Talk about metal! This Afro droid could easily smash up a car, and our boy Afro just tore it apart! He's survived getting hit by rockets, including this RPG that fragmented a giant cliff face.
RPG in a backpack.
I think I smell math coming.
This tree nearby is most likely a Japanese mountain ash, which can sometimes grow as high as 30 feet. With that in mind, we compared its height to the fragmentation created by the explosion, and compared the resulting surface area to the shear force for granite. With this, we deduced the RPG's highest possible explosive yield must be around 72 tons of TNT.
Damn, what kind of mega rocket launcher are these guys packing? And where do I get it?
Many stood in his way, and Afro didn't get through them all unscathed.
But by the end, he cut down justice, took his revenge in hand, and proved to the world that Afro Samurai is number 1.
Why you gotta kill all my men? Why you gotta kill me?
Nothing personal. It's just revenge.
Well, you guys came after him.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, looking at these swords makes me want to sharpen my knives for my Blue Apron meal tonight.
By now, you've probably heard of Blue Apron, the leading meal kit delivery service in the US.
But did you know about all the different kinds of delicious foods you can make? Like the honey chipotle glazed chicken with poblano and lime rice.
There's plenty to choose from, since they offer 12 new recipes each week. All you have to do is choose the 2, 3, or 4 that sound best to you, and they deliver it right to your door.
Plus, it's super simple to cook. It's got easy to follow instructions and perfectly proportioned ingredients. They're non-GMO, and the meat has no added hormones. My favorite part is feeling like a master chef, making creative and delicious meals with my own hands. You guys really need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease.
So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/battle. That's blueapron.com/battle to get your first 3 meals free. But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Alright, there goes Jack. This is harkening back into the bridge where he met up with the Scotsman. I don't know what number episode that was, but that was the episode where he met up with the Scotsman for the first time. They ended up fighting for like hours and hours.
Your sword smells of blood.
So does yours.
Fight!
Oh, it's always hat! Oh, that is so disrespectful. I just realized you can't see Afro's eyes.
Huh. You jump good.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, shit. Jeez. Oh, damn. Fuck. Damn. Oh, Jack got it.
KO!
So, like, is he gonna get his arm back, or?
No, he's
Afro
not.
was an exceptional warrior, and his skills would absolutely dominate most sword fights. However, Jack has had a lot of experience with opponents who fight dirty,
Yeah.
and Afro could not stand up to his physical superiority.
Yeah, Afro never showed strength like how Jack lifted that 39-ton boulder.
Jack could react as fast as 70% the speed of light. Afro did block that light speed laser beam, but based on the distance between him and the Afro droid, he only needed to react around 21% the speed of light to do this, still putting him at impressive relativistic speeds, but not even half as quick as Jack.
Also, while Afro survived that mega-sized RPG explosion, don't forget how Jack survived a fall from orbit.
While it does seem the spacesuit was responsible for Jack's surviving re-entry, it certainly can't be held solely accountable for the final impact. Starting his descent from the Kármán line, or the boundary between Earth's atmosphere and space, Jack covered a distance of 62 miles in just under 7 seconds, moving well over terminal velocity,
Thanks to being propelled by exploding space bees.
which means his top velocity was approximately 37,000 miles per hour. Adding the spacesuit's weight to his own, this means his impact force must have equaled about 19 megatons of force. Way more than anything Afro survived.
And
Yeah.
then he just got up and walked away. Badass. In the end, Jack was just too fast, too strong, too tough, and too well trained for Afro to handle.
The winner.
And no, I saw
Samurai
what
Jack.
you did there.
Thanks for watching. If you guys want exclusive commentary on
Sorry
the
about
episode,
that.
just click that little box right over there.
And if you want the battle music from this episode, you can get it by clicking the link in the description.
Okay, alright. I kind of had a feeling that Samurai Jack was gonna win because he dealt with more than what Afro had dealt with in his series because of all the people he went up against, the variety of enemies that he had to face. Like he was dealing with dirty fighters, men with strength, men with speed, and you saw it like during that battle where you saw in that battle where he ended up getting blind from the cigarette like flick from Afro, and he got blinded by it, and he was dodging shit like he knew where to dodge it at, and so it made it it made it work. And with Afro, he did go up some formidable opponents like the the Afro robot in his series, Injustice, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like it was enough variety because I felt like Jack had more variety of enemies he can go up against and learn from to eventually beat them, and Afro didn't, especially from the span of how his series went because it wasn't. We didn't really have much on Afro compared to what Jack did. I mean, we had info, but it wasn't to. It didn't compare to what Jack had on his end. And so, yeah, so I was right that Jack ended up winning. I thought it was going to be more towards a variety of weapons because I thought that's what it was going to be based on, but it was more towards the fact that he had more experience than Afro. So, all right, I'm cool with that. So, winner is Samurai Jack. Unfortunately, Afro took the fall on this one. And I'm definitely going to be doing more death battle reactions because there's a slew of them that I definitely need to watch because I'm not going to watch the ones that's like probably after Superman versus Goku because I saw all those, but probably the later ones because I think there's one. I know there's one with Batman and Black Panther because I've never seen that one at all, so I definitely want to check that one out and a couple more. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some more death battle reactions, and I definitely will be putting it on this channel.